Atma Namaste. Welcome back to the Wisdom in Spirituality. My name is Ashoka Thammaya. Let us continue our conversation, Master. Welcome back, Master Rohan Shiri.
Atma Namaste. Thank you.
Sir, I wanted to ask you one very personal question. Was there a defining moment in your life which deepened your spirituality quotient?
Frankly speaking, I would not say that there is a defining moment and one moment what I would say that suddenly an enlightenment happened. I would not say that because that is not the way it is. Like many of the religion practices, some of them say that you sit under a tree and you get it doesn't really happen like that. So it's a gradual process of understanding. What we say is it's a gradual process of experiences, events which has happened, which we go and see, we observe, then we understand, okay, these are the mistakes this person has done, and that is why he is going into this kind of suffering. Or we might have done a mistake and we might also suffer. So these are the two things which normally I would say the first one is easiest. When you see somebody and understand his mistake and then learn, instead of you doing the same mistake and you suffer. So my experience were the first ones.
Okay.
I never experienced the second one because I understood that in my first level itself. So my experiences, most of my experience, I would not say 100%, but at least 75 to 80% of my experiences were from understanding from others, learning from others, great masters, great teachers, and great places in this world where I went, sufferings which I saw, the joy what I saw in humans. How did that happen? The richness, the poor, how did that happen? When I asked all these questions, I think so that is where my spiritual journey actually came into action. So the decisions which I had made, that would be more important. The value for money, what I should have been spending my money for, that also made a lot of difference. Choices, I would say, the choices which I made, or together as a family or as different people coming together made, has brought in more knowledge. After knowledge it was wisdom. After wisdom it was understanding where humans are making mistakes, so how we can help them. So that is how I think so now how universal knowledge was born, or not only to spread knowledge but also to spread health, give them a reason to smile, and also much more beyond for every human being or every I would not say that every tree or every plant, but yes, what is around us, as we as members of universal knowledge, we are able to make a difference. So it's a collective effort of it is not a single effort. I would not put any of my spiritual journey as a single effort. Yes, the effort began, but it was because of thousands of people who joined with this idea. Yes, I also want to bring in changes in my life. That actually it's more like an community growing together. So that is what spirituality is all about. So this is how I would define my spiritual journey in this world, in this life again.
Okay.
We always believe in this time and space, which I always say. Time and space is very important. So this time and this space is given to us, and we are going together as a community, as a group. It is just growing bigger and bigger. Consciousness is building. So that is what's happening.
Thank you, Master. Next question is, how can we incorporate spirituality into our life, in the sense daily life, because we are living in a world where everybody is looking for money or business, what we call, because I have come from the business world.
If you ask me one thing, okay, I would say first is stop telling lies. That's the first thing. Okay, it's very difficult. For me, it took me 2 years. I'll be very frank. Took me 2 years just to understand that I'm lying, because I was also in a business profession. Because being in a business profession, just like how you said, lying is had become part of our lives. So without a lie, I thought business will never happen. Without a lie, we can't get an order or whatever it is. So this is what initially I thought. So it took me 2 years, 2 long years, to not to stop, at least understand how many lies are telling in my daily life. Then I understood, okay, then I had to reduce it slowly and steadily it started reducing. Every night before I went to sleep or next day early morning before I woke up, I used to think and analyze how many lies did I tell yesterday, how many people did I hurt or hate or shout. And initially, I'm sure all of you, if you're watching me now, you might also get into the same mood what I went through. I could not count. It was impossible for me to count, because in last 24 hours, if next day morning when I wake up, I don't remember what I did in the morning. Whom I met, I might have forgotten, or these things happen. It might happen to you also. But when you start understanding, because when your lies is becoming less, you have only told 3 4 lies or 10 lies, then you will start remembering, okay, this was the place where I told a lie, this is where I did a mistake, this is what I did. So when you start analyzing that, and when it starts count goes below 10, then you are started a spiritual journey. When it is, if you are counting, if your hand count, that is 10 fingers.
Yeah.
With this 10 fingers, you are able to count, or with your only with your 5 fingers, you are able to count, then you are on your spiritual journey. It's as simple as it. You don't have to sit, you don't have to go to Himalayan mountains and sit for 15 years, 10 years. No. You don't have to sit for 3 hours, 4 years doing japas, mantras, prayers. No. You don't have to sit and breathe. Naturally, you are breathing. So, conscious breathing is very important. Conscious affirmations, constant prayer is important. These are all part of spirituality, but it is not must. It is not must. What you are doing in your whole day makes the difference.
Okay, Master, thank you. Connected question. Do we have any rituals or the practices so that we can stay connected with the spirituality and we can also look for that path?
See, rituals, I would say it's more religious. Every religion has its own rituals. Somebody will say light a candle, one will say light a deepa, one will say whatever. There are thousands of ways but ultimately you're lighting a fire.
Yeah.
So element is fire.
Fire.
Okay. So similarly we have 5 elements in this earth. So when you start consciously, I would say more consciously, respecting, okay, all the 5 elements. When I say all the 5 elements, it can be earth, it can be fire, it can be wood, it can be air or metal, or it can be water. When all these 5 elements you are consciously, you are giving respect, you are giving that conscious respect, You are making yourselves, when I say earth, element earth, animals also comes. When I say wood, trees and plants, everything comes together. So you are giving that conscious effort to make a living along with them. Please understand that.
Yeah.
If you destroy even one, the same thing will destroy back to you. So this is more like when we start this conscious behavior of understanding yourself and working towards in association with all this together. For example, are you able to make a living with the small land which is there in your house,
Right.
or a rat which comes into your house? Now if you are saying, wow, this house belongs to me, this house belongs to this small ants, this house belongs to that rat which comes inside my house, and I am sharing. So you live in your own space, I am living in my own space. You are able to define that. Now that's a very difficult part.
Yes.
Everybody will say, then what will I do with the mosquitoes? Correct.
Yes.
So everybody is going to
Yeah.
ask me that.
True.
But reality is you can make a living. It is not that all the mosquitoes will come and bite you. One or two will bite you. If you don't feel irritated, you hit it. Simple as that. Correct. If it is lucky, it will jump and go.
Yeah.
Correct. So like that. So you know how to define yourself. You cannot go and live in a forest with the tiger and say, I am going to live along with you. No, it is not possible. Because a time and space is given for them. A time and space is given for us. You have to live in that space. That's all. It's very simple.
Thank you. When our life gets stressful, what spiritual tools or practice would help us to overcome that?
Okay. When you talk about stressfulness,
Because everybody today, everyone is under stress only. Whether I'm in the office, I'm in the marketplace, even wherever I go. That is the today's current situations.
okay. You know how the tur dal is cooked?
Yeah.
What happens? First you take a pressure cooker, put some water, put some tur dal, and then you light up the fire under.
Yes.
You understand? Then the whistle will blow. The pressure is built up.
Correct.
First, look at yourself. Okay. Now don't put a light under yourself and sit over that fire and say pressure is built up. Understand?
Yeah.
So you should not sit on a fire. If your job is too pressureful, leave that job.
Okay.
They are not going to pay for your hospital bills. They are going to insure you only so much. Insurance is, once the insurance is top up, they will also do, you have to pay for yourself. So that is how it works. So look at yourself whether you are happy in that zone.
Okay.
If you are happy doing it, you do it. I see some people, just because they have learned engineering, they go and work.
True.
Just because they are doctor, they have learned MBBS or doctor, they'll become a doctor. So that is not the case. Are you really happy? Okay, before you learn that subjects also, you should not go into that pressure of because of your parents. For the students I'm talking about. So don't get into the pressure of learning something just because your father or your mother is pressurizing. Are you happy doing what you are looking at? Otherwise, again, you are sitting on a fire.
Okay.
Okay, so understand that, and once you are able to do that, cut out that position wherever you are which is making you unhappy. It can be your own family. I mean, it can be your own family also. If you are unhappy, find the reason why you are feeling unhappy, why that pressure is built. Okay, so this is how you can manage. And yes, we have methods. For example, you can do 6-3-6-3 breathing method early morning, small exercises, small mantras which we teach in universal knowledge. the affirmations, beautiful meditations. These are all some things which is available with the universal knowledge, and you can learn it, and you can be healthy and happy. It's very simple.
Right, Master. Thank you so much. Now let me ask some questions, particularly on the relationships as well as work environment. How that works in terms of when we are getting into this path of spirituality. How does this spirituality influence in our life the relationship? It may be with the family, it may be with my colleagues or friends. Is there any way?
See, when you start understanding yourself, okay, your behavior pattern. When I said your behavior pattern, okay, when you are getting angry with somebody, why is that anger inbuilt within you? Is it karmatic? Is it because of the situation? Is it because of your past? Is it because just that you are in that post? Sometimes it is like we have a very wrong notation that if you are a boss and if you are a subordinate, you have to talk very rudely to get the work done.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all wrong notations which is there in this world. So if you are in that position, when I told you, when you start analyzing, if you are able to analyze your 10 mistakes and your mistakes in your whole day has come below 10, if it is above 10, it's very difficult. Then you have to really work really hard. Means you can do forgiveness for the people whom you have done mistake. You can just say, I forgive you, you forgive me, all souls forgive each other. It's as simple as that. When you say that simple 4 little words, that really breaks that ice. That relationship starts melting. It starts becoming beautiful. This is how it works. Then when you say thank you, a word thank you, it's a very beautiful word. Simple 2 words. We always say there are 2 things which is very important. One is thankfulness, another is forgiveness. So when you are doing these 2 things, believe me, it changes. It changes relationships. It changes the workspace. For a simple, if there is a lift man in your office, okay, believe me, if you are saying thank you, that simple thank you can change the whole situation. Now, I remember one incident. One lady who used to always say thank you for this security guard. It was a big ice factory and she was stuck inside the freezer. That security guard actually saw that lady is not passed out of the gate because he missed that thank you. He went back inside to search for her and he was found her inside a freezer, and actually they say it saved her life, otherwise she would have been dead by next day morning. So a simple thank you can make difference in this world. So if you have problems with somebody, just say I forgive you, you forgive me, all souls forgive each other. That's all. Simple. If somebody helps you, say thank you. If your wife cooks good, say thank you. If your mother is there with you, say thank you. If your father is there, say thank you. So these small gestures, believe me, it will make miracles and it will change your life for good. And we have seen this. We have seen thousands and thousands of people whose life has changed because of these 2 simple practice.
Thank
And
you.
breathing naturally is one of the most important factor which you can do.
Thank you, Master. Definitely, we have learned that forgiveness now, as well as thank you. Definitely, in all aspects, we'll use that. Does spirituality play a role in any of our professional life? If so, what is that?
Spirituality is part of you. It's you. I would say that it's a part of who you are. I think so. You had last time you had shared the same experiences. See, whatever you are doing in your life, there's a two-way you can do things: the good way and the bad way. Okay. Now, when you do something in a good way, even if there is a bad thing which is happening, for example, you since you are all from the HR field, you understand it much better. So if that person, if your factory is closing down or they have some problem with that uh, place or something like that, you are the first guys to move forward. You are the front enders.
Correct.
So you can negotiate in a beautiful way where even though that person is losing his job, but he is happy that he is getting some benefits which he can carry forward to his next job. So, or else there is a bad way. You can just terminate that person and just say, get out. You have no legal options. You leave this space. So, this is the bad way. So, every angle, everywhere, you can do things both the ways. The choices is always yours. As a human, you have a choice whether to do it in the right sense or the right way without hurting the other person. It can be anybody. It can be your subordinate, or it can be a boss, or it can be a top politician. You should not hurt that person, the other person. If you are hurting that person, that means you are not doing something wrong. You are doing something wrong. You are not doing something which is correct. So that should not happen. So avoid hurting anybody. Whatever is the case, choose your words beautifully. Life will be beautiful.
Thank you, Master, for giving us some sort of enlightenment. Yes, that is what relationship spoils when we are
Exactly.
using the a different word.
Exactly.
We need to now think about the.
See, I'll give you one. Many of the times we get people for counseling.
Yes.
We have. I had one case. Many of the time, some people who are not spoken, brothers and brothers not spoken for 25 years, brother and sister not spoken for 25 years, husband and wife not spoken for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. But when we ask them what really happened, what was that problem which happened, believe me, 90% of them don't remember what happened.
Okay.
They will only talk about that words which that person spoke. He spoke about my father like this. He spoke about my like this. The words makes the difference. It is not the incident. It is never the incident. The volume of the words, the tone where that person has told, only this hurts. So words have power. What we speak really has power. Only when you choose your words properly, you can save this. Not speaking to your relatives, families, bosses, or anybody. You can choose of not wasting that time. So this is when we do this counseling, we get this problems, and I feel so sad. I would say sad that I remember one. I just told about that classic case where husband and wife had not spoken for 40 long years.
Oof.
40 long years they are not spoken. They were married. They had children. They had grandchildren. They came to me. Then we had a session. Within span of 15-20 minutes, they were back to normal, back to speaking to each other, hugging. Within half an hour, they hugged each other, gave a hand, shake, and they left. And after that, things are beautiful. They were traveling all over the world. So it's possible.
Thank you, Master. Other thing is, how can we balance our ambitions and the spiritual contentment?
Ambition is a, what do you want to be ambitious about? See, many a times we have in this world, we have kings,
Yeah.
we have emperors, we had top politicians, great spiritual leaders, all ambitious people, all ambitious. They ruled this world, I can say. But at the end of the day, they had to leave everything. You might have heard what happened in Mahabharata.
Yeah.
Okay. If you see, there was one head on the top. Krishna goes and tells to this person, go and ask that that head, the hanging head on the tree, what did he see? When they went and asked that head, it's like I'm talking about when they see from the outside world, they said two kingdoms, they were fighting with each other, they were killing each other.
Yeah.
Nothing more. I could not see anything else.
True.
Okay, so that's all. There was lust, there was arrogance, everything was there. Nothing more. So at the end, what is if you are fighting, okay, it is not ambition. If you are building, what are you building? Are you building relationship? Are you building kindness? So if you are building a company, ambitious company, and this whole company is built with all kind of negative money, it will collapse. Not even one generation it will not work. So are you building people who is coming together? Because if you go through the histories, Great Wall of China was built.
Yeah.
People were forced to work there. When they died, they were buried there. So we know everything. And the Mongolians, it just took them a few rupees or those gold coins to just give it to the soldiers who are guarding that Great Wall of China, and they could attack. So what are you building? What is your ambition? It should not be like we are building a Great Wall of China, which becomes no use of anything. Or are you building your next generation? Are your ambition is to build a beautiful next generation which creates that space in this earth which is absolutely war free, where there is no poverty? So is that your ambition? So think what you are building. What is your ambition?
Yes, thank you, Master.
So that's very important.
Do you believe that through the spirituality, can we solve our societal problem? If so, how one need to take this path?
See, when we talk about the society at large, it would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Because all human beings who are born in this earth are not mature. Okay, let's understand this very, very clearly. Okay, at least now, at this present time and space, what we are talking about, the year which we are passing through, we have very minimal, what we say as damages, what we can see.
Yes.
Or worst case scenarios, we don't have world war happening, we are not gone through any kind of famine. If you go through exactly 100 years back, if I say if you are born exactly 100 years back, it would have been a worst case scenario.
Correct.
India was not independent. 2 world wars
Yes.
has just passed. Famines, crazy people, everybody, India Pakistan would have been split, whatnot. It would have been a great chaos. But we are born in a beautiful space. Okay, so if you say I want to change the society at large, possibilities are there. that should have some great leaders who are visionaries, who can say, okay, let me build a space or a country which is able to give food, shelter, and basic necessities to all humans who are born in this earth. So there were a lot of kings with the same concepts, same ideas. So they were born. So it's not a new thing. It's never a new thing. So, but at a large space, till human consciousness is built, it is difficult. It is difficult because still we are passing through that evolution. If you read my book, Way of Life for Better Generation, in the last but one chapter, I have explained that how the yugas work. So we are still in the process. We are still in the process. So many centuries to pass through. Many souls has to come through. Many great souls has to be born in this earth. So only after that, I'm sure what me and you are dreaming or thinking might come true, but not at large. Not at large. But I'm sure if I can do something in my space, my family, my workspace, my surroundings, my neighborhood, I'm sure we can do a great job. No, very large. Everybody can work. Everybody can be positive among your own neighbors. Instead of hating your neighbor, you can love your neighbor. Instead of hating your brothers and sisters, you can love your brothers and sisters. Instead of hating your colleagues, you can always join together. So that is possible. Then the societies will change for sure.
Okay. Thank you, Master. What advice you would give for us, particularly people who are in search of spiritual path?
Don't search, first of all, outside. Always search within. Understand your purpose of your life, why you are born here. One tip I will give you. It's a very easy tip. Okay. Do one thing at a time.
Okay.
Okay. Don't do everything together. If you want to take a walk, take a small walk, maybe up to your 10 or 20 houses, and start walking back. If you want to clean, start cleaning with small little things. If you want to breathe, do one set one day. Second day, do two. Like that, you increase. If you want to meditate, don't meditate for 20 minutes, half an hour. Just sit for 5 minutes without any thinking which is outside you. Okay. Now, when you are sitting into, this is a very beautiful thing. When you are sitting and you are consciously sitting without meditating, without doing anything, you are simply sitting and you are observing yourself. How do you observe? Now, you think you are going out of you. Okay, you are just, imagine you are sitting right in front of you. You are watching yourself. Okay, for 5 minutes. If you are able to do that, believe me, that 5 minutes will give you deep, very, very deep knowledge about yourself, spirituality, who you are. And if you can do this for 21 continuous days, 5 minutes, believe me, you will become also Buddha.
Wow. Great. Great, Master. Next, this thing is, how do you view death and the concept of life after the death? Because we read so many things, people talking many things about the death as well as life after death.
I would not call it life after death, but death will be a beginning.
Okay.
Okay, now how is that death a new beginning? Okay, so let me start explaining you something which is very easy to understand. You have heard about children between 2 to 3 months. After 2 or 3 months, they are conceived, and they say that after this you cannot abort because there is life.
Yes.
Before that, you are able to abort. Now, what is that life? What happened after 2 months, between 2 and 3 months? There is a light which came into that womb.
Okay.
Okay. Now you are born. 9 months. After 9 months, you are been out of that womb. Now you are on earth, and now you experience this earth's journey till you die. Some people it is 1 month, some people it is 5 years or 10 years, some people it is 70 years or 80 years or 90 years. How fast a soul can experience it, it is all depends. The light, I mean soul.
So
Okay, let's not get confused. Many people have this confusion about many things. So it's a simple light which has entered your body, and this simple light, which we call it as soul, has left your body. Already there are so many YouTubes. If you go to the thing and see, at the death, that 0.7 grams is lost. So that, what is that 7 grams, and all those things happens. Okay, so it is a simple light which leaves your body. Birth, it has entered. Death, it has left. So this journey, I was talking to you about the soul thing from the beginning of the same thing. We are a spiritual being in a human body, or experiencing human body. So this body journey, what we have from the birth till the death, is an experience. It's the way, are you able to understand, or whether you are able to build your consciousness to a level where this light is brighter than the light which came into your body. Understand?
Okay.
So if it is brighter, it will go back to the source where there is a huge light. Now when the river, for example, when the river flows, you might call it as Netravati, Ganga, or whatever. But when it touches the ocean, it becomes an ocean. Understand? So we are like a flowing water, a drop of water in that big river, which is called, that river is called human consciousness. As we flow and flow and flow, if you are not been drained out, if you are not been dirtied, if so nobody throws waste on you, you are purified and reach that ocean in the purest form.
Okay.
That is called, you become part of that. Otherwise, again, it's a circle where you come back. It's as simple.
Thank you, Master. What spiritual values do you hope that will be passed on to the generation? By what way we can throw this?
Oh yeah, that's a very beautiful question. See, to be very frank, as humans, we have lost consciousness somewhere down the line. We are not consciously giving things to our next generation. For example, the education. We are not consciously teaching them what is good or bad. We are teaching them what is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, how to multiply, how to divide, everything. But how are we building that child is very important. Are our teachers, or we as parents or teachers, are we consciously building that? That's very important. Or are we building those great ideas which our ancestors had? For example, We see, especially in the parts of the world where we live, we are divided because of our religious backgrounds, the language what we speak, the area where you are born. We have been just divided because our ancestors made this.
Yeah.
We didn't make it. We cannot blame, I am born here because I am like this. No. Our ancestors did it and it has passed on. Now, will you pass on the same thing to your next generation? You are this person because you are here, your language, your religion, your faith, your this thing, you build that border and give it to your children. Or else, are you opening yourself to a wider range which says the whole world, all the people around this world are all within us. They are also part like us. We are also part like them. So, are you building that consciousness, or are you still telling the same old stories? India, Pakistan, China, America.
Yeah.
It's all like that. So it's very important what we are going to give on to our next generation.
If you could summarize your spiritual philosophy in a very brief manner, what would be?
I would not say philosophy is a wrong term. I don't know whether it can be considered as a right term. I would. It's a very difficult question to say. Personally, I don't really see that way. For me, like I always said, world is one.
Yeah.
Every human being is born on this earth. He has the right to live on this earth. Every animal has the right to live on this earth. So it is a right of every life which has come on this earth to finish that lifespan and go back, or finish that life purpose before it goes back. So we should not be an object of hindrance for that life. So that is what I feel. It can be a grass or it can be anything. So we should not be, that is what I personally believe. Each life has its own purpose, so every purpose has to be fulfilled. So that's it.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Master, and also wisdom. I think it's an enlightenment conversation we had today.
Thank you. Same here.
Thank you so much. Definitely, we will see in the next series of wisdom and spirituality, more learning, little more deeper into that. Thank you so much. Atma Namaste.
Thank you. Atma Namaste. Thank you.